spirit on an endless flight. Ooh, witchy woman, see how high she flies. Ooh, witchy woman.
Welcome to Wine Time. It's Heidi with Downtown NorCal live on Halloween. This is my weekly wrap-up that I tell you what I've been up to with regard to small businesses and trying to support them. Before I go there, though, I want to say, if you don't see me on Facebook or Instagram, it might be an algorithm problem because they're switching it up again. This is why it's very important that you sign up for my newsletter. So go to downtownnorcal.com. downtownnorcal.com. You will be prompted to sign up for that newsletter, and you will receive the collection of interviews at the end of each week. This week, I will tell you all that I've done. Every day I was busy with an interview, but before we get there, what are you drinking and why? I'm having a nice wine from Downtown Davis in a Downtown Davis. It's an old little cup for their Second Friday art about, which we can't have right now, but there's a reason I'm saying kudos to Downtown Davis tonight. And the wine I've chosen came from Cork It Again. Just this afternoon, Joseph turned me on. Can they see that, darling?
Only if you hold it closer.
Okay, now we're not doing that again.
Closer.
Darling.
Closer.
Darling.
Closer.
Darling.
Closer.
Stop it. This is Nashova, and it's an Alicante Boucher 2016. Delicious. Joseph told me that he goes back and forth with wines, and this is one that he opened again recently and said, oh my gosh, he's always after the shiny object, but this is so good. I can't even tell you how bewitching it is. What am I wearing? Well, I'm so happy. If any of you really know me well, you know I love peacock. This hat came from Black Cat Hats in Los Gatos. It's one of my favorite stores there. They are an excellent hat and accessory shop. So check that out. I mean, gorgeous, right? The necklace is also from Black Cat Hats, so you get a sense of they don't just carry hats, they carry fun accessories, skulls. And then, of course, the costume. Another one I picked up in New Orleans a long time ago on vacation. Fun thing to do if you're on vacation. Go to a party store and find a fun costume. What have I been up to this week? Well, let's see what's in the cauldron. First, he says I'm not being realistic enough. Okay, I'm working on it, dear. I'm not an actress, for God's sake. Well, sometimes.
Let's not go there.
Okay, I interviewed Yelena Ivashenko on Monday. We talked about all the great things that Davis Downtown Business Association is doing for the 7 days of Halloween and beyond. She is the owner of Bohem Hip Used Clothing, where my guys have been outfitted tonight for our neighborhood scavenger hunt. And I really appreciate her costume wear, but boy, that store was hopping all day and all week. So thank you for supporting her. She also is the marketing chair of the Davis Downtown Business Association. Who else did I interview? Is that good, dear? Am I doing it right?
That is adequate.
I interviewed Optical Phases on Tuesday. They suffered a burglary a week ago, and we checked in with their products and the fact that they will be continuing business as normal, but it has been a challenging week. So please do support them because no business should have a secondary hardship on top of the pandemic and everything else going on. The third interview was Betty Ricard of The Nest in Woodland. Beautiful store made up of different vendors. She's moving out of state. Check out what's inside her store because she's always very seasonally relevant. All of these interviews, again, you can catch in one place, and that's my newsletter. Where is it, darling?
DowntownNorcal.com.
Good job, darling.
.org?
What?
.net?
Hey, .com. All right. The next interview was Aaron Wedra. He is the marketing coordinator for the DDBA, and he also put a whole lot of time with the Davis Oddfellows into today's zombie bike ride around town. Not a parade this year, just a ride. but I saw a lot of people having a great time, and I want to say to Erin, a special kudos to you. You brought this community together, and people had a lot of fun all week downtown Davis and around Davis, through the bike paths and everything you did to bring us together. That's the way to be a community member, is give it everything you've got right now. So please do thank Aaron. If you don't know him, he's a person to meet. Check him out on my interviews. And the final interview was with Melissa Moreno. She is an ethnic studies educator, Dr. Moreno, and we talked about Dia de los Muertos. We went to the old Yeti Mini Mart in the E Street Plaza in downtown Davis and looked at the altar, which I'm not going to say correctly, the ofrenda, where you can acknowledge Dia de los Muertos through November 15th. Check that interview out. The PowerPoint tonight, quick, it's frightening. Everything is frightening about this, and so it's in keeping with Halloween and it's serious. So please bear with me one moment. The National Federation of Independent Businesses conducted a survey, and it was published in the Harvard Business Journal. This week we learned that 75% of business owners would apply for a second round of government support if allowed. So, you know, I need a bigger broom as a witch here, because I need to clean up the mess that the government has made. We need more support for small businesses. Hello? 52% need additional support over the next year, or they're not going to make it. Next slide, darling. 19% of the current borrowers have depleted all their funds. I'm not talking about PPP funds, I'm talking about their entire access to any kind of funding. That's not acceptable. There are layoffs that are looming. Many are going to be laying off people in the coming months. That's not right. 90% have spent all of their PPP, and they will apply for forgiveness. That's almost 100%. I mean, think of those numbers. It's mind-boggling. Next slide. Only 1/3 of those businesses are back to their pre-pandemic levels of income. 20% are down by at least half. I talk to businesses who are still around that 60 to 70% down. So that's unacceptable and not sustainable. And 26% are down by at least a quarter. Which leads me to my next slide, darling. For the holidays, they start tomorrow. I know we've just done Halloween, but this year, really truly, because the supply chain will be low and slow, you have to get started. You need to make a plan. And you need to make a plan that includes saving your community. That's the way we do this. That's the way we get out. So for tonight, have some Halloween fun on me. Let me know what you're drinking and why. And get ready to do some shopping, because that's the message all through November and December for me. Cheers.